Hello there, we represent Enabling Radio. Enabling Radio was developed from Enabling Theatre way back in '99. This is Susan Quick. Susan was enabled and helped by Calderdale Disability Arts to start Enabling Theatre.
Yes, I couldn't have done it without Calderdale Disability Arts. They were absolutely wonderful. They organised everything for me. I've got a form of brain damage that is called head injury, which means I forget everything. Calderdale Disability Arts, they helped me run the workshops. They organised everything, and they sent somebody to my house to pick me up and to drive me. And it was less than a mile, but I was so disabled at that point in my life that I couldn't even get on a bus and catch a bus less than a mile into the centre of Hebden Bridge. Anne, when she first came, she had chronic agoraphobia. A friend had to bring her on a bus, and she still lived in the house that she was born in 50 years ago. She sold the house and she now lives on a houseboat. In 2004, I led a performance at the European Social Forum in London. So these are the changes that I've seen, and this is why we are moving into radio.
Would you like to tell us what Enabling Radio does?
We use Augusto Boal's Theatre of the Oppressed to explore and seek solutions to issues which disable those of us who have some form of impairment.
So, are you saying that disability is a form of oppression?
In a way, yes. Look at the word disabled. What does it mean? It means I can't do anything. I'm just defined as a person that doesn't function. And so, yes, it's a form of oppression. We believe it is, and we use Augusto Boal's Theatre of the Oppressed to invite people to say, how would they solve this problem that is oppressing one of us?
So you're saying they're trapped and disabled by society?
Yeah, and Augusto Boal, he came twice to Hebden Bridge to train us in the little theatre.
How many disabilities all of us have? You spoke about German. Yes, it's an oppression. I speak 4 or 5 languages, but the German I cannot understand. It's impossible for me to learn German, and I want to learn German. So I have some problem in my head that tells me don't learn German. But I cannot drive a car. That's also, I'm disabled for that. All my family drives, my children drive, everyone drives cars. I cannot swim. I love the water, but I'm so much afraid of swimming, I cannot swim. So I have my disabilities also, like everyone. Like everyone has disabilities. But the problem is not to have them. Is first accept that everyone is unique and also has disabilities. Everyone. No one is totally able to do everything. It's not possible.
Together we use theatre to explore and seek solutions to issues which oppress us. And guess what? We won a nationwide award for voluntary endeavour, and we were invited to go to the Houses of Parliament to receive the prize. But, and this is the but, they had sent us the train tickets. There were 4 of us going down. Sid used the wheelchair. We didn't know, nobody had told us that you can't just get on a train with a wheelchair. You have to book the space in advance. There's only one space. And so we got to York Station, we tried to get on the train, and police came to stop us getting on.
So they arrested you then?
Well, they didn't actually arrest us. But the 2 police officers came, and they were a bit embarrassed, I think, and they said, sorry, we had to wait and catch the next train. We couldn't get this one. But the good thing about it is that BBC found out about it, and they filmed us, and they also filmed an Enabling Theatre piece about it, which you'll see right now. We just want to board the train.
I know what you want, but you've not got any permission to get on this train right now because
the group who run a theatre have now written a play experience.
So you perform a scenario that someone else has experienced and then ask the audience what they would do in those circumstances.
That's right. When we performed the piece about us getting threatened with arrest at the station, and one guy, a guy who uses a wheelchair, he got out of his wheelchair and crawled onto the track. That's what I'd have done. I'd have blocked the train.
So how does this work on radio?
That's a very good question. This has never been done on radio anywhere in the world before, so we will be an absolute first. So it's going to be quite experimental. We will perform the play, and then we will ask listeners to phone in or send us an email and tell us what they would do if they were the protagonist, if it was their problem. And hopefully we'll get a lot of listeners phoning in who are brave enough to actually speak live on radio. We'll act the play again, and this time with a new person showing us how they would do it.
So, viewers and listeners, send us your story. It doesn't have to be anything really dramatic. We'll turn it into a play. For instance, somebody stumbling on a bus, if that happens to you because the driver set off too soon. We'll turn that into a play. It doesn't have to be anything special. Please email us, text us, send us your story. We'll turn it into a play.